Hey guys, this is Matt with the Milwaukee Road Charleston Division. Just a quick layout update. Gotten a couple little things done. Um, my two main lines right here, I ended up putting a second turnout. This is actually going to continue on, and when the addition is built, it's going to go into the Norfolk Southern Yard, so that's going to be their yard lead. I did get the one of the backdrops in, and then from there, I have the other backdrop in from Trackside Scenery. Now, the first part of the backdrop that I showed you that's behind the yard actually started right over there, basically right over there, and continued along till there, but just did not look exactly right, so ended up taking that one off and switched it over to the yard, and I'll have something else printed out from Trackside Scenery, so hopefully it won't take as long as it did for these two, but that's pretty much what I've got done there. The rebuild area over here, as you can see, I've got rid of the remainder of the road, put in the apartment complex. As you can see, I just have the trees kind of mocked up on where they're gonna go. I ended up getting a trash compactor from Shapeways. It's a 3D print. Then off eBay, just some garbage bags. And then I also got a moving truck off of eBay. I'm waiting for my couch to come in from Shapeways, so that way it can sit as if they're moving in. Did a little bit more work on the track work, so I've got a couple of these pieces of track nailed down. Redid the road right here, put in another tower, and then if you guys can see, this is going to be it's a little bit yellowish green, but that's actually going to be the perimeter around the apartment complex. So moving on from that, I did get a lot more scenery done. And again, I apologize about the mess. But when I left you guys off, I believe it was right around the farm. Now I did do a couple little things. I'm going to zoom in. I ended up getting a little pulley system. So I'll put some put a little piece of like rope or something going from the barn going down with a little hook on it. Ended up getting some more of the people in, and I ended up finishing. Sorry, let me get that to focus. There we go. Got the garden in, and then from there I started doing the ballast work. Still needs to get glued in, but just kind of a mock-up of how the ballast is going to look. Then I have my Woodland Scenics Realistic Water that I'm going to be pouring in the river. Coming along, I ended up getting the 2 park benches painted up and put in. Then I know I didn't have any of this forest done last time, so I ended up filling this forest out, and then basically planting all of these trees all in here. Now this forest is going to continue along here and a little bit in this area, but as you can see, I've got my electric area, or I should say my electric company area done. Got the gravel road in. Still have to add some detail work and kind of just adding some dirt onto the gravel road. We got a couple cars parked over there. Got the smokestack with the smoke coming out. Got the telephone poles with the generators 2 cherry pickers. And then, excuse me, you can see I've got the road barricades. So I have one that's constructed, one that is only half, and then the other part of the barricade. And I'm gonna put that as if they're, kind of like loading it into the back of the truck right there. I also added 2 little deer right there. I have ordered a rusted out car to go over there. I'm gonna have a little camp scene right here. Then coming over this way, still have to add some dirt and all that into the static grass over there. Right where the glue bottle is actually where my coal mound will be. And then you can see I've got the conveyor and the unloader for the track. Now this is the other area that I finished in my last video that the last video that I uploaded was yesterday, which was the puff trees. And here is the finished product. So I'm very happy how that turned out. Of course, wouldn't be complete. Hopefully it can focus. Let's see, will it, or apologize about that. But I have BLMA's 4 Mooners up on the rock, so just kind of add a little bit of a funny detail. But as you can see, with the puff trees, it turned out very nice. I'm very pleased with how it looks. The only thing I have to do is, and I know this doesn't really seem like it's typical, but coming out of here, I'm actually going to have a cell phone tower, just because I just wanted to add a little extra height, just kind of have a little bit of fun with it. And then of course this is going to go under there, so you can see I've added the road plaques. I'm going to add a little bit of gravel. I still have to somehow get this fascia up against that a little bit more. But that's the other thing that I did, was I added all the plaques onto the layout that I have. And I have another 24 of them on order, which will go one for each company. So then that way, you know which one is which. And every so often, I'm going to have a 2" by 4" plaque that says east-west. So that way you know which way you're going. So you can kind of see how that's going to look. And then again down here, here's one of the plaques for the interchange, so that way you kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. So that's excuse me, that's as far as I've gotten. I'm hoping to get a little bit more accomplished this following week, but the big thing I'm going to do is I have to contact Trackside Scenery. Sorry about whipping the camera around. So that way I can finish it off, the backdrop from there, all along there, behind the mill, and up to the mountains. And excuse me, the mountain over there will actually be full of puff trees, just like that. So that way it kind of gives a little bit more green than the very sparse forest that I have up there that worked for the old layout, but just does not look good now. So that's what I've gotten done, and I hope that you guys like it. Any questions, comments, please let me know, and I hope that you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys on the next update.